talk about mind, consciousness, the oneness of life?
You know what? I'm not going to pretend to be an enlightened person and a spiritual teacher, but with my journey with the principles, what I've started to see is the universality of all human beings. If every single person on this planet experiences life through the combination of these three principles, then actually we've all got that in common. Every single person, that's something that is universal. That's something that makes me the same as you and everyone listening to this. And I'm seeing that more and more in terms of what some people call oneness. And in terms of the principle called mind, if the energy behind all life, if that really is a principle, well, it's the same energy that powers every single person's experience who's watching this. Again, to me, this is not a good idea. It's very logical. If everyone is powered by the same power, then we're all the same. We're all experiencing life the same. And in very practical ways, I've realized how similar I am to people that I didn't like. And about a month ago, I was very fortunate to spend a day sitting in on a training course for prisoners. And I actually went into a prison. And what I saw there, at first, I was a little bit nervous. I didn't know how they would, receive me, how they'd act with me. I was, when I went in there was all these locks and, you were very aware you were in a secure location. I was told I was not to be left alone with the prisoners. I was a little bit nervous. And I won't talk about what the prisoners had done, but they'd done some what you might call bad stuff. And stuff that I perhaps would have had some judgment on if, I'd heard about that. Oh, so-and-so has done this. Okay, that's a bad person. And yet over the course of that day, what I really saw was these men, because they're all men, these men are the same as me. Not because I've done the same things that they have done, but they are experiencing life in exactly the same way that I am. And there is such a small difference. I mean, we talk about kind of sliding doors moments. There are such small differences, such small choices in life that can take someone down one path or another. And I came away from that day thinking, there by the grace of God go I. If I'd had the upbringing that these guys had had and the friends that these guys had had and the thinking that these guys had had, then I probably would be in their situation. And vice versa, if these guys had had my parents and my opportunities and my friends, then I'm sure they wouldn't be in prison. And what was really beautiful to see was the guys that were in this prison were really hearing what was being talked about. And, one of the guys said, I found my freedom in prison. I used to be a prisoner of my mind and I'm no longer a prisoner. I'm free. I go to sleep in prison a free man. I'm going to be out in 6 months, and when I'm out, I'll be, I'm never coming back. And he said it with such surety because he'd really heard something. And it was taking away from the personal personality, the psyche. Because I had that too, right? I'm like this. I'm like that. This is how I am. This is just the way I am. I'm like this because my father's like this. I'm like this because where I'm from in India, everyone's like this. I used to think that about temper. The people from where my parents and my dad and my grandparents are from in India, the men are known for having a temper. So every time I lost my temper, well, I can't help it. I'm from that part of India. I'm from that town. And I never saw that was not true. The town doesn't cause me to get angry or being from that town. I was creating that. I was creating a story about it. And I'm exactly the same as someone from another town who's known for being very peaceful and loving. I've got that in me too. So that's what I see at the moment. And what I know is, ask me this question in another year's time, or 10 years' time, or 30 years' time, and I'm going to be seeing this deeper because I see it deeper and deeper every single day.